for tuning in tonight. Wherever you are. It says we have 2 viewers. I wonder who they are. I'm gonna watch it with you guys on my browser. It's a very special night tonight. We're very excited. Our pal Mike is here, otherwise known as Distant Lore. Let's play a nice intro for Distant Lore. Bakyambi. John. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry that it's still going. But I don't think we can move on until one important thing happens.
Did your thing lock up?
Yeah, I got it locked up. Oh, it's really locked up. Damn, the show's over.
Here, I'll mute it for a minute.
No, it's okay. I'll just reset the thing.
You want me to mute your thing?
No. Let's move on with the show. I'll get that fixed on the next song. Josh, you look a little different today.
Yeah. I'm getting excited for Easter.
For Easter.
Easter
For Ishtar.
Or maybe my kid left her bunny ears here from last night.
Okay, would you flip the lights on so you can tell everyone where we are?
Beep.
We're in a COVID-style empty dance club, and we're very excited to check our goals, which are today's goals. Falcon B intro, and then introduce the artists. Introduce the artists. Introduced the artists. Distant lore.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Would you please give like a formal introduction?
My name is Mike. Oh, hello. My name is Mike. Is that the introduction? Did you want me to go further?
Well, Mike of Distant Lore would be nice, I guess.
Mike of Distant Lore. I like this. Can you see yourself, Josh? You're kind of blurry. Did you notice that?
Yeah, this camera does that once.
There.
I see.
There you are.
Josh, your ear's getting cut off a little. I guess maybe that doesn't matter.
I want me to move it up a little.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it kind of bothers
It bothers you.
me on a deep psychological level not to see the whole image.
Well, we'll fix that. Uh-oh, I can't get too high or else.
No.
How's that? Oh, that's perfect.
That's a good one.
How's it going down there?
Hello.
Is that a Battlestar Galactica shirt?
Me?
Yeah.
I will hijack the introduction to show an Arcade Galactic shirt.
Oh, what?
There's a guy named Adam who runs this arcade in the West Valley Mall that's a world-renowned video arcade.
Oh, cool. Was it like Tilt? Remember Tilt?
Yeah, I remember Tilt.
At the
in the
Cottonwood
mall
Mall?
downtown.
Wasn't Tilt at the Cottonwood Mall?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of remember. Josh, what was the one called in University Mall?
I don't remember.
It wasn't Tilt, was it? It was called like Dust. I kind of want to say Dusty Quarters or something.
Dave had an
John, on the sidebar, do you know what the mall, what it was called in University Mall when we were kids?
Oh, looks like I have a mullet.
I had a seizure. That's how I discovered I was epileptic. I was playing the G.I. Joe video game and I had a seizure and got a concussion.
Me and Dave were both playing it, and then he...
Wait, this was recently?
No, this was when I was like 18 years old.
And so Dave was off to my left, and I was all playing, and then I see him kind of like, we're not done playing, and he kind of like fades off, and I look over, and he's all, woo-woo, and then he just fell straight backwards and just hit his head. Like the whole ground and the place shook, and I was
When I hit the ground?
yeah, your head just like...
What was the cool look on my face?
Going, "Ugh." And then I was
I
was a terrible friend. I was just like, Dave, you know. And then Lena came running over and held you.
Lena, my future wife, came and grabbed me, took care of me.
It was like me. I was just like kind of, wow, what?
Yeah, we didn't know what
Were
to do.
you
Josh
bleeding?
knew.
Like, were you all...
Well, I just hit the cement floor head first and then got a concussion, that's all.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. And then the ambulance came and took him away.
Yeah, and then later my dad said, the hospital was like, well, here's the bill. And my dad was like, I think he called the arcade and said, you paid the bill.
No way. Wow.
Okay,
That's
that was a hijack. Introduction hijack. What are your official credentials? Distant lore.
Official?
Yeah.
What's official? What constitute as?
Well, we're international TV hosts. Is that
Uh-huh.
official enough for you?
Right now, you're
I'm-
talking to the world.
Oh man,
So yeah, you can be as official as we are.
I am.
Do a list.
The
Will you do like
official me.
I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. This includes your hobbies and your
I know you
passions.
were a bartender.
Oh yeah. I was a bartender.
Very good at making drinks.
I
Still
I,
am.
I enjoyed that. I might be going back to that. I don't know. I'm not sure.
You're a mix master?
Yes.
He is.
How hairy are your forearms? Because sometimes you gotta smack those herbs on those hairy.
Yeah. You know, I'm kind of a hairy guy. It's sometimes it's like a disadvantage for sure. I'm starting to
It's good for
actually
mix
enjoy it.
masters.
Yeah. No.
What else? Mix master is one of them. Not number one, probably.
Prolific.
What is number one? What is your number one claim to fame?
Number one claim to fame.
Musician.
Yeah. I play music.
He's been doing it like for 20, 30 years.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's kind of what I remember.
For a minute, I love smoking weed.
Well,
Is that a credential?
That's
sure.
Nice.
Whatever you want to get. That's a good one.
We'll get
Absolutely.
more into not that later, but things like
Yeah. Do you,
Uh-huh.
do you
Things
have
like
a
that.
medical card
things that are against the law.
to get the super stuff?
No, because this is being filmed in California, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's in the law. Against the law in some
Where
places.
weed is legal. Colorado.
Colorado is where we are mirrored from.
I do work for a guy, and he's the one who opened up the dispenser or the whatever they call them up in Bountiful or by the
Okay.
Costco up there.
What is it from like medical or something?
Yeah, medical. He's got one that he started
Oh.
there. And they grow it in Salt Lake and then sell it there.
Really, they grow it here.
They have a big warehouse with all the grow lights and stuff.
I didn't know that was illegal. That was legal. I guess they just for the they got a medical pass.
Yeah, there's only a couple that got that.
Because a couple years ago they passed that, or last year or something.
No, it was a couple years ago.
I guess I'm out of touch.
Because it took him a while to set it all up.
Wow.
But it's because some of his partners were good friends with I think our attorney general or something. And
Okay, so it's just like
so it was
Miami
like
Vice,
buddies.
basically.
Yeah, so they're like,
Wow,
oh,
okay.
it's you. How's your kids doing? Yeah, you guys can be the ones who get to grow it. And so,
Miami Vice number 2.
and he had nothing to do with that. He was like restaurant guy from Atlanta. He kind of did restaurants and developed strip or shopping mall stuff. So I thought it was pretty cool that he was brave enough to go
Well, we're not the
become
experts.
a weed dealer.
We're not the experts, Josh.
I would
What is your
love that.
comment on this, Mike?
I feel like that would be such a fantastic job. Be around bushels. Are they called bushels? Bushels.
Yeah.
Acres of just
Bales.
bales.
I should ask him if he needs someone that.
Yeah.
Vast knowledge.
I've actually never been around an actual marijuana plant. Like I've never actually. I've always wanted to smell it.
You never really.
Well, it's illegal. That's why you can't. That's
Where was it?
amazing.
Remember
You're
that
saying
one
this.
time
I know.
when we were coming back?
Oh yeah, we drove past.
We had a pee and we got off in this.
We were on tour and we got off and it was a marijuana
just a
plantation
marijuana
base.
What is it
miles.
like? What
Just
is
smell
there?
like-
Does it smell like weed?
Yeah,
just
just
straight.
the
Oh wow.
whole everything.
God,
it just the
that's
whole air was so
Actually, don't
powerful.
really remember.
That's wonderful.
Actually.
I was like, wow, this is crazy. I'm peeing in it. All I can see is they were about.
It's
this
just like a
tall.
cornfield here.
I've
Yeah.
dreamt about moments like that. You know.
There's some that's pretty. I mean, it was right off the side of the freeway,
Crazy.
kind of, somewhere in Oregon. It's cool.
Yeah. I would love
Oh,
that.
a scientist from the sidebar has just said that they can analyze to see if it was grown correctly.
Oh.
That's amazing. This show just leveled up like a lot.
That's phenomenal. Yeah. It's. I mean, it's just we're just getting more and more like fine tuning
It's like the one too that you can fine tune.
Well, it's called science.
Science.
What next? What else on your introduction? I want to get a couple things on there at least. That's number one.
Okay.
Oh, my camera.
What else you got?
I mean, like I love. I don't know. I love listening to like. Is this just about like things like about me, like who I am as a person?
Just like your credentials. Your credentials.
I don't even.
Kind of
Like if I were to get a job somewhere, essentially, right?
Well, your dream job, which
My
you already
dream job.
talked about a little bit.
Yeah, I would love to 3D model. That would be awesome.
3D model. 3D modeling artist with your mouse.
Yeah, I actually use a mouse way more than I use the pad. Like I mean, because when you're building like the shapes, like unless if you're like sculpting, there's really no need to.
Hey, I do 3D modeling too because I have a 3D printer. I'm working on a whammy bar design.
What?
So I use it's called Tinkercad. So it's like it's just made for babies, even though it's still too hard for me. It's called, what's it called, Josh? That those kind of
Tinkercad or
no, like where you make shapes. What is that called? It's not. They don't call it CAD.
CAD.
It's a CAD program. But you do artistic modeling, not CAD modeling. Although they're probably the same thing.
I played the same.
Well, I mean, I love building like hard surface modeling. You know, like tables to just. I mean, so it would be like the same things. Like even like building I think that's. I mean, I'm just getting into it though. Like.
Are you talking about 3D modeling or real modeling?
3D
I mean,
modeling.
like computer modeling or.
Like for like games. Like I love doing hard surface modeling. Like I think I feel like that's what I would really want to delve into.
Cool. So you got to make like an environment. That sounds cool.
Because that was my favorite. Like watching Cowboy Bebop. That was the most fascinating thing, was to see the way how they built and animated the planes or like the machines. Because
they're all 3D rendered, right?
I mean no, like just the animation of that show. Like if you watch it, it pays like a lot of attention to the mechanics of like the environment, and it's really interesting.
It's called virtual reality.
Yeah.
Great.
What we were talking about.
We were just talking about your credentials. One is 3D marijuana expert. One is 3D 3D construction, 3D modeling,
3D
virtual
creation.
construction. Do you got another one? These are great.
Music.
And then music. Musician.
With
what is your goal as what are you trying to accomplish as a musician?
Oh, that actually goes way into the topic of later, which is the death of Fabian Casual. But
okay, we'll touch on it later.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, so that's it. The Holy Trinity right there.
That's the credentials. Okay, good. We're very well rounded.
Probably not. I mean, like, I probably would move weed out. I really love like yeah. Let's keep weed there. Weed's good.
Okay, life is the space-time continuum. We have to be on one point, so that fits really well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm into it.
Should we check our? You got another one to add, or should we check our list?
We can check the list.
Okay, let's check our agenda. The artists. Distant lore. I don't know why it says that. There might be some typos on here. We did an art show last night where our children did art, and that's left over from that list.
Oh, that's awesome.
They did art, and we asked them questions. Okay, let's see.
Let's see what's on the list.
Oh, we have some talking points before our first thing. The first talking point is Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
Which I think I might have did the U and the E in the different spots. I don't know.
I will.
Yeah. Talking
Dr.
point,
Seuss.
Dr. Seuss, what do you got?
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss is under controversy, right?
Yeah.
Controversy.
That's right.
Controversy. So exactly what's like, you might have to fill me in, because like sometimes I will scroll through, because to me like my knowledge of Dr. Seuss is very much like just growing up with the
Well,
stories.
I like everything has sharp fingers on sharp hairy fingers. I like all those. What is it about Dr. Seuss, Josh?
Well, I guess Dr. Seuss, he had 6 books that were had some racial undertones.
Some racial stereotyping or
yeah.
stuff like that,
and
cultural stereotyping.
And later on in his life, he wasn't crazy about those books. And then his estate decided that they don't need to publish those and they'll pull them, And all the right-wingers thought that Dr. Seuss is being canceled.
When did Dr. Seuss die?
In 1991, I think it was.
I feel like it was right around like the turn of the century.
Before 2016?
Yeah, it was before 2000.
It was before 2000?
Yeah. And
well, I can't believe he drew anything appropriate. So let's throw that perspective on it first. So what are the right-wingers saying, Josh?
Well, they just think that he's getting canceled, and so, but I mean, it's his own estate.
And they're upset that he's getting canceled?
No, but they're not canceling. They just don't want to publish those 6 books anymore.
And it sounds like it was probably like largely due to even just Dr. Seuss himself probably not liking them. Like
he wasn't proud of those books really later in his life. He was like, well,
I wish I could cancel myself I wish I could cancel everything I did pre-2016.
Yeah, one day we'll be like, whoa, some of the stuff we said on that show. Too bad we didn't know not to say
Well, Josh,
that.
that's next level. That's next level. I hope that us as individuals and our society gets more advanced post 2021.
Yeah.
But I think 2016 is a real mark where you're like, whoa, post. Pre is different than post. Oh my God.
2016.
2016.
Yeah, when
that's the day.
When the big orange.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I was in the big city one time and someone was wearing a 2000 said fuck 2016, and Leno said, what does that shirt mean? And he's like, well, that's when Trump got elected, But anyways, that was really insightful because throughout the years following, there's some real black and whiteness going on. Regarding that exact year. 2015 is a little different than 2016 as far as...
2016 had the biggest march ever, which was the Women's March.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest ones ever. Maybe last year had some bigger...
That year? I don't know. I can't wait for it to get warm to see what happens.
Yeah.
What was the question? Dr. Seuss.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Seuss.
So it has to do with...
It just has
So what are your feelings on Dr. Seuss? Are you... Did you delve into that, Dave?
I just know that you gotta look, be forward looking, not past looking.
Well, it's Green Eggs and Ham and Cat in the Hat. Those aren't the ones on the list.
I don't worship Dr. Seuss like a god.
I never read.
I just think that he seemed pretty culturally sensitive. And then anything that wasn't, I never saw. I don't see any problem. The bottom line is the right wingers want it to. They're mad because they get canceled all the time, so they're trying to get revenge. That's that's all.
How about yourself?
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's weird. Sometimes it's weird to critique an artist, because I mean, they are creating something that's very locked in that time, and they could change later on. And so sometimes I feel like you can critique certain works, and then you would have to look at the artist as a whole in order to actually properly because you were saying if Dr. Seuss wasn't that stoked on them previously, he must have recognized something that was not right about it, or he didn't like certain things that he may have portrayed through it, but
yeah, that stuff.
But so I think you can critique certain things, and then when it comes to actually Dr. Seuss being canceled, I think that's a totally different conversation.
Yeah, that is.
Because you would have to look at his life,
And that's not what's happening in his state.
Well, nobody cancels.
They don't want to publish those ones.
People cancel things and behaviors, and
so
you know what I mean. Josh, when you cancel me, I'll just apologize, and that'll be my first baby step to not being canceled anymore. And then you'll have to look at the whole me.
I won't cancel you.
the bottom line is
The right wingers.
And also, I think when we gain certain perspectives, that can also change. Because I haven't really read Dr. Seuss. Like, if someone were to come up to me yesterday and be like, "Did you like Dr. Seuss books?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I liked them growing up." But like, if I were to actually take in the critiques against it, then I feel like I would look at it differently, just like I look at Disney's Fantasia differently. Like I appreciated for what it was, what it played in my life growing up. But like you definitely look at things differently, and I think that's important. And it's important to recognize that too. You can't just like hold on to something just because it played a role in your life and deify it. You have to like sometimes like step back and be like, okay, well maybe that played a good role in my life growing up, but like it may be something totally different now, and
well, re-identifying is the hardest thing to possibly do for the human psyche. It's very, very difficult. So it's hard to realize we go forward in time, not backwards. But I do know, I'll never forget when I was trying to watch, Cody and Nora were over and we were going to watch Conan the Destroyer? Conan the Barbarian? The Barbarian?
Was that the first one?
Yeah, the first one. And that's when I had the epiphany. Cultural sensitivity goes two directions. It goes future, it goes present and past. You have to be culturally sensitive to the reality that was the past. It's not the reality now, and you don't honor. You don't include it in the current reality, but you have to be sensitive to. You have to be sensitive to the horrors of your grandpa's every thought.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Nora was pretty traumatized from Conan.
No, Nora was fine. Oh. But I mean, I was really happy. I was really happy that I could articulate that. That concept. that I'd say like I don't like this stuff. I am culturally sensitive to when I was 13 with myself. I don't, this isn't
13. You just thought that's what it was like for a barbarian.
Yeah. So you don't cancel the past, you cancel the present, and
you're like,
end of story. Jesus, I don't want to read a Dr. Seuss book that has horrible stuff in it. Give me a break. It's right now. I'm still. I don't mind that he did it back then. Who cares? That was a long time ago.
Yeah. They weren't very culturally sensitive, and back then, even the best ones.
Yeah, even the best one, even the famous medical Dr. Seuss. Let's check the list. That was a good talking point. Whoever's idea that was cool. So let's see.
Maybe we don't need the next one right away, though.
No, let's do them all.
Boom.
And then we'll get on with our show. Oh, we left something out. We always do something called artist shout out. Would you do artist shout outs real quick? I didn't write it on the list, but I have some artist shout outs. But go, Mike.
Artist shout outs. People that I am listening to, that I'm enjoying.
Yeah.
Dude, Sri Whipple, his posts, even just like recently, just blew my mind. And I feel like Sri is one of like the most, I don't know.
Visual art.
I don't know how people's relationships are with him in this room.
Good. I think he's
Yeah, it just blows me away. Every time I flip through, I just get caught up and I just stop and I feel like I just sit there and be like, are people actually like watching this or like looking at it? I don't know. It just...
Things twisting into things,
into
things.
It's
amazing.
I feel like when art can really energize like your creativity, and get things like pumping, I feel like which is funny because it's a totally different medium, but when I look at Sri's art, I just get very excited about like being creative,
Hell yeah. You've been hanging out with Sri?
No, I just
see him on Instagram.
Yeah, just Instagram.
Are you friends with? Are you good friends with Sri?
There's been moments where I've met him in passing, like never actually really sat down and like talked, but there's been
local
like
visual artist that I'm not really close with, but worshiper, that's my fave.
Oh wow, yeah, I love it. Who else just like has been really just I've been really into this artist that I didn't know anything about. He's not local. I can't actually remember where he's from, but he does kind of like weird experimental dub stuff. But my favorite thing now is like I just love scrolling through like whether it be streaming services that give you recommendations, and grabbing those recommendations and just going down wormholes. Yeah, and I love it. And so I started listening to this artist named Sen King. And
Sen King?
Sen King. Senking. And
not from here?
Not from here. But that's been an artist I've just been really excited about. It's really strange.
Do you know where they're from?
Yeah.
I want to say
Across the pond.
England?
I feel like he might be like Scandinavian or something.
Huh, Sen King.
Yeah.
Look it up, everybody. Sen
Yeah.
King.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, there's 2 chairs over there too. I noticed that you're not alone here. Do you want to introduce your special guest?
Oh yeah. This is Jessa. This is my partner in life. Jessa's drawing right now. Oh yeah.
Jess, are you drawing over there?
She's been taking some crazy in-depth like art classes like regarding like anatomy and just figure drawing, and it's been really cool. So.
Do you want to do a show and tell real quick?
Oh no.
Do you want to? You don't have to. You're just the special.
Absolutely not. I'm
what we did yesterday.
rebuilding my artistic confidence from the inside out. It's a really ugly process.
Well, do you want to show
Nobody
your
wants to
face
see
for a
it.
second, or no? You don't have to.
Oh yeah, you can come say hi. Would you like to say hi?
Then
You don't have to sit over there if you don't want, but you should show your face
camera's
so
right
everybody
here.
knows who's in the room.
Right here. Oh! She's awesome.
Retreat.
But no show and tell, huh?
No, sure.
No, I shouldn't tell.
God.
She's getting the new
I
portfolio.
painted some
going on.
Asaro heads. They're not very cool.
Oh.
It's boring.
Where are you?
What do you
taking
think
the
about
classes
people
at?
who withhold their art?
Are you
Here,
taking art classes? Is that what you're doing? Like or
kinda
online stuff, or
just
just all yourself? Oh, look, she's
teaching
showing it.
myself. So here's a picture. Asaro head studies. Good stuff to
Whoa,
learn for
cool.
portraiture.
Uh-huh.
I did 3 of them today. I'm just like.
Whoa, hold it up right to the camera so we can see it close.
Okay. Here. Where's
Is that an
the?
iPad Pro?
You guys are so advanced. This is all.
Wait,
Where's the pen
wait,
and paper?
where-
Oh, David. Oh, there it is.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Here,
neat.
can I?
Yeah.
I'm so bad at this pen. How do
Oh,
I?
you got it.
Oh, excellent.
Whoa.
Trying
wait.
to.
Oh yeah.
See?
Actually,
See?
yeah, I can't. Yes, for some
It's kind of
Figure
hard.
it
It's
out.
kind of hard.
Which one is it? Or
It's
is it
the one.
over
It's
here?
the one over
Oh!
there.
I was trying to do this one. Oh.
That's
Camera
what we were
3,
trying to
camera
do the
2.
whole time. That's
So
why.
Oh,
So that's like drawing?
It's painting.
It's
so
painting.
the
Wow.
photo
Digital painting.
the reference is on the
You do
left,
this
and
online.
my painting is over here.
That's amazing.
Thank
oh,
you.
excellent. Hey,
Wow.
give a professional review of our cartoon here. Oh, this is ready to go.
Professional.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Dave's card.
Oh.
Oh, that's bitchin'. Oh, I love that. Yes.
I thought distant lore might be like. Just give comment on your name. Is it distant lore like lore from maybe the past or the future? Distant, because we had another guest who was from 26,000 years away.
Oh wow. That's incredible. It's
Yeah,
it
what
is-
does distant
it-
lore mean?
It is kind of like lore out for like kind of like a like things beyond like our lore, like everyone has kind of like these folklore, like these like
Well, lore's a
stories.
little bit outside anyway, because there's
Yeah.
not like lore over at Smith's today.
No, but yeah, more so just kind of like the surrounding, the things that surround us that kind of like create us,
A little more distant.
yeah.
Okay. I had an artist shout out. I wanted to shout out to Pearl, who's at home, our bandmate, on the bar over there on the side as Pearl. And I guess shout out to Red Sky Phenomenon too on there too, and John Howa. Let's do like a little I guess I can't really control this. John, Pearl, Adam. It's nice to see you guys. They're over there. Those are my artist shout outs for right now. I just wanted to throw that in there. That was an interruption from our list. Which, let's check the list again. Do you got any more artist shout outs, or should we check the list?
We can move on the list.
Okay.
I think Pearl just said check the list, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Check
Pearl tried to end our show early last night, so I'm never listening to Pearl ever again regarding stuff like that. So Pearl, I'm checking the list on my own time. Here it comes. Let's see. Pearl, would you snap your fingers at home and I'll make the list go up? Thank you. We need a anchor woman camera. Okay, Republicans. We went from Dr. Seuss to Mr. Potato Head to Republicans.
Yeah.
Wow.
We don't have to spend too much time on this.
Did we even do Mr. Potato Head?
Oh no! Did I skip?
Yeah,
one?
we skipped.
But it's the same as Dr. Seuss.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
let's
just wanna
skip.
get
Let's
rid of
skip
the
one of
Mr.
those. Let's skip
There we go.
Republicans,
Republicans.
or let's skip one of those. Let's skip.
Well, can
let's
I
skip
just say
Republican.
this, though? Can I
Yeah,
just
go,
say this?
Josh.
I don't know what they're getting mad about, Mr.
Say it loud. Say it loud as you can.
Because Mr. Potato Head never had stuff that you could change, pick his genitalia, so.
He never had a genitalia piece.
Yeah. So why it could my mind still doesn't understand why they're so mad about getting rid of Mr. then.
Yeah. Hey, Pearl said 10 o'clock's not early. Guess what? I stay up until 4 in the morning every single night working on my Star Wars game. So
I think Potato's fine.
So 10 is not early for you. That's true. Yeah, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
How can anyone get upset about the gender of Mr. Potato Head when he doesn't have a genitalia piece?
Yeah, he wasn't gendered.
Mm.
He was a potato.
Yeah. I think you can make things be way more inclusive. That's also another thing is like where we live in a broad world where there is no gender, there is gender. There are people that identify with gender. There's people that don't identify with gender. So it's like that's just broadening our understanding of people, and so I think we could do that with Potato Head.
Right wingers are upset about it. I recognize that.
I think we could just broaden our understanding, and we could have a Mr. Potato Head, a Mrs. Potato Head, a them Potato Head. It's just like potato.
Red potato.
Actually, to make it match real life, you'd have genitalia pieces for the potato, and then you could change the title of the potato because a lot of the women that I know don't have the Mr. Potato Head's genitalia, and a lot of the Mrs. Potato Heads don't have the Mrs. Potato Head's genitalia. So I guess maybe Josh, I guess if they had a genitalia piece, that would actually that would be better than getting rid of the Mister.
Yeah.
Someone on the sidebar just called us snowflakes. Well, guess what? I've wanted to say this forever. Snowflakes, combine! Let's snowball these guys. Okay, let's check the list. That was a really nice intro, Mike. Thanks for doing that. This is fun to talk about that stuff. Let's
see what the list says.
Today's goals.
Hopefully it's play a song.
Well,
Come on.
No, there's one more.
Ooh.
This is the last talking piece. We waste a lot of time talking right at the beginning of the show, but it's because I want everyone to I want you to see how it looks so cool on the TV. I don't want you to see the green sheets down here anymore. We are in a dance club, a COVID shutdown dance club. But the thing on the list is history of electronica. Go. In relation to your technology and electronic presentation tonight.
Whoa.
With Distant Lord being an electronic artist.
You, man, I didn't actually understand that question, but I will say That I mean, what I'm going to be doing is, I don't know. It's.
I was hoping you'd know about electronica because we're electronic artists too, and we don't know the history of.
Yeah,
we don't know the answer. We don't know any of the answers. Why don't you just tell about your electronics?
Oh man. I my history has always been really. It was introduced actually by Ryan Powers. Do you remember Ryan Powers?
Refresh my memory. That sounds familiar.
Ryan Powers. I was in a band called Agape with him, and that was like my first.
I guess I'd probably recognize his face. Absolutely.
My first immersion into the electronic world, and it was mostly just a lot through like noise, which later find out that that's kind of just how things came about, like a lot of experimentation, a lot of experimental music,
This was like in the early 2000s. Wasn't electronica not allowed, but way back then I had to play guitars?
You what?
I thought you had to play guitars in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
That's when it was, right?
Yeah, Utah had electronic music, wasn't it?
Yeah. There weren't very many electronic bands around that time. People were still, I don't know. Who was really... There were bands like the Downers had like keyboards.
That was probably, was that an 80s kind of throwback or was it a futuristic electronica?
Remember the Downers?
Yeah, I do remember the Downers.
drum
Kathy was
machine.
in that band and Paul was in that band.
Yeah.
Because someone had a drum machine and no drums back then, you're like, what?
Gosh.
Yeah, that wasn't a really super common thing to like right around like the end of the 90s to the start of 2000s.
When we ever go to Portland, we try to stay at Paul's house.
Oh, nice. I hadn't seen him for a very long time.
Wow.
Crazy.
So, what are you playing tonight? What's on your electronica? What kind of? I just see one crazy device there.
It's an Akai Force.
Before you tell me, last time I saw you play, you had 2 keyboard stands, or probably 3 or 4. Like a mega strata of synthesizers, and there was a lot of the same brand happening.
Yeah, Electron.
Like me.
Yeah, Electron. And then something's different this time. How come and why and what?
So, I still use all of those. Like all of my pieces are still like very much like in rotation, like how I make music. The thing that I love about the Force though is it's kind of just like that whole MPC engine where it's a really good sampler. Like if you can get some samples in here, you can really have a lot of fun with them. And so this is kind of acts as like Ableton. In fact, the workflow is very similar to Ableton. And so a lot of the times, since I'm doing my 3D rendering and a lot of my modeling like on the computer, now I've just kind of incorporated this as like my DAW system essentially, because that's what it is, like just like a portable DAW system, So I record all my instruments in here, I sample them, so yeah, that's kind of what I really but this in itself actually has a really cool synth engine in it, like it's like if you just sit there and mess around with the drum synth, the synths that actually come in this hardware, they're really, really fun. You can do a lot with it. It's just that I kind of just use it as a sampler now, so yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was my favorite, to take a drum sample and then you assign them to different, and then when you hit them like,
Yes. Oh yeah, the arpeggiator.
Yeah, the arpeggiator on a drum sample, and then they're all on different. I really like that. I miss that.
That's such a that was really cool. Yeah, that's a cool thing. You can get the arp going, and if you get a drum kit going, you can hit
certain ones, and it just
you can hit all, and the arp will actually play your positions.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It's
I like that.
pretty awesome.
I miss that.
Wow.
Yeah.
For our viewers at home, ARP is short for arpeggio, which means it goes like, does a bunch of things in a row.
Yeah.
That's how Stranger Things probably played their.
Oh, yeah.
Just they had a cool
ARP program. I watched Stranger Things. I watched the whole first season the other night.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Because it takes a long time to work on that freaking Star Wars game. It was fantastic. The first season's my favorite one because I'm not really an action fan. That's why I'm making the Star Wars game, because it's a to make fun of action movies.
Mm.
But the first Stranger Things season I just watched it all at once in a row, and it's really, I don't know, it's pretty classy. It's pretty classy, don't you think, Josh?
Yeah. That first
What do you
season
think,
was
Mike? Classy?
Yeah. I liked it. I loved it. I really did. And also, like, they were kind of around. I mean, that was like around like the time like I was growing up, you know. So it just felt
classy,
very,
romantic,
yeah,
romance,
it
classy.
Felt like you know, experiencing that over again.
Yeah. Okay, let's check the list. Oh, I'm so excited to see what's on here. Wiggle your head, Josh. Distant Lore plays first piece.
Nice.
You ready to go? Has it been too quiet? Should I break the ice? Let's see.
I love it. Oh,
you ready to
yeah.
rock?
Yeah, I was just so really quickly, like these three songs they're all just sampled from, like I was explaining to you earlier, the Moog, which was a really fun thing to do. Kind of come up with like a kick, snare, hi-hat, all of that. So
all from the Moog.
all from the Moog. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. What else do you got for intro? Is there anything we should be listening for especially, or should we just experience?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go through and just play this song.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Mike, is that loud enough over there? That sounds so cool. I can't even believe it.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Oh my
I don't even
God.
have to even hear it much. I really like the I really liked that journey of trying to find those sounds, you know. I pretty much just composed it together and yeah.
Oh, you were probably too busy playing it, but you didn't see the camera. We were doing some really cool dance club kind of scenes on it.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. You'll see it later. Go to YouTube's to watch these. Rest 30 Records at YouTube's, everybody.
that's so awesome.
Or you can
That's
watch
where the
it on
catalog
Twitch
is.
for
Or you can go to Twitch for 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Gosh, that's heavy. Man, that was matching my video really, really nicely.
Dave
I might
has the
try to
shirt
save
still.
that one.
You still have a shirt, Dave?
Yeah, I still have... No, I have a Downer shirt. I have a Downer shirt. that
Oh.
My kids wear. One of them was wearing it last night on
Oh.
our TV show.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I missed the Downers.
Do you want to talk about that piece at all?
Um,
You just already did. You said you had a fun time making the sample.
yeah, it was really fun. Just like
What were you trying to channel with that piece?
so.
Goth Dance Club? That's what I put on the screen.
So I've been just kind of trying to find like I've been trying to like enjoy a little bit more of just letting music just kind of just repetitively like resonate with me, almost like a meditation, you know, in a sense. Like, and that's one thing that I really love about techno is like a lot of minimal techno can be just very repetitive, and it can seem almost like absurd to just sit there and like listen to, but I love just letting it just kind of just get in my brain, and I don't know, a lot of the times it helps me actually think, because it'll just kind of get my brain in like this this pattern. and I start thinking in that pattern. So.
I have a theory that you can't tell time, and then if you hear music, you have a time you can tell.
Wow.
So I put on music to perceive time.
I like that. I like that.
Okay,
I put it on to enjoy.
I put it on to listen to hear a nice love song. Let's check the list. Let's see, today's goals. Next on the list is tips for self-control.
Whoa.
Tips for self-control. What does that even mean?
I don't know. Put all the peanut M&Ms in a hiding spot that you forget about.
Sure, tips for self-control. I don't know why that's on there, but it's on my master list of questions to
It's
ask.
like a straight edge question or something.
All that it means is that I don't know the context of I don't know what self-control is about, but I figured out a really good self-control tip.
Yes. Maybe I can use it.
Mm-hmm.
I have forgotten it. So I don't know what it is. It was a really good one, though.
It was a good one, though. It worked.
It was so good. It was something like some existential self-control tip. It was so good that it gave self-control context.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, though. I just wrote that down on the master list of questions to ask next week.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
God, I wish
self-control. I mean, self-control is like, it's like I don't know. I think the tough thing about it is like, well, what's like the payoff? You know, what is the payoff? And then that's also another thing is when you start looking at the payoff, then I feel like self-control ends up becoming like the thing that you just naturally do, you know, like when you actually like start like thinking what like the end goal is. I don't know. For example, for me, if I smoke weed all the time, I know I will get a tolerance, right? And if I get that tolerance, I won't enjoy that high school high that I love. Like I love just getting cosmic, you know, when I smoke weed. And so I feel like the thing is, if I smoke it all the time, I'm not going to be getting that great, good cosmic feeling that I like. So I think about that good, great cosmic feeling that I want to get, and then I just end up just naturally withholding from just smoking weed all the time because I'm just kind of locked into the end goal, you know. I think when people like focus on what not to do, they're like thinking more of like negative in the negative, you know. Whereas like if you're kind of
positive side. That's what. I guess
Maybe that was the answer. Is why would you want to control yourself? Why don't you just do what is best for you? Which you just described, I guess.
That's perfect.
I know that I know two things. If you eat a salad for 30 days, you will become a god. That's what Hallie told me last week.
Hallie did?
Yeah, Hallie told me that. But she also said that nobody has ever done it. That's why nobody knows. But
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, reading the sidebar over there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So but also I said that because I know that if I eat too much candy, I want to eat a salad.
Interesting.
And if I eat too much salad, I might want to eat a piece of candy. So maybe self-control could be swapped for self-awareness. Booyah!
Ooh.
Let's move on.
I like that.
Okay, let's check it out. Beautiful's play first piece. Oh, did you say? What'd you say?
I said yes.
Are you Beautiful's fan? Or do you just want to take a break?
Oh no, I'm in it. I'm
Okay, because we get self-conscious playing any songs, but every once in a while, one of our guests responds like they might think it'd be nice to hear a song.
Oh,
That
absolutely.
makes us feel good.
100%.
Okay, we'll try one, and we're gonna try to, because we're very competitive, right, Josh?
You mostly you.
Yeah, I'm
Dave has
very
enough.
competitive.
Dave has enough competitiveness for two of us.
So we're gonna try to. I think competitiveness means different than what a lot of people think, which is life sucks. You have to think of motivations, and one is to synergize with other people by doing what they're doing, which might seem competitive. And then trying to beat them in a challenge before the Grim Reaper comes and gets you. Because otherwise you just go, otherwise what's the point? So let's do it, Josh. We know exactly what to do, right?
No,
We just heard Mike's song. Let's do it.
we're not gonna. We're gonna do our own.
No, we're gonna try to
We just
we're gonna
sampled
try
your
to
song and
channel.
we'll just play
No,
that.
we're just gonna try to channel
Just kidding.
channel the ideas that Mike has come up with
Okay.
and the motivations and what do you call it? You can try to ride Mike's wave.
All right.
That's
let's do
that's
it.
competition.
Okay.
You're in
Here we go.
competition with the ocean. Okay, here we go. Something bit the...
Hey now.
I'm sorry. Something bit the dust. My emergency turn-off button isn't...
Oh, is it?
I have an emergency button to turn this...
Lucky you don't build
case it cracked.
submarines. It's not going to the surface.
Fucking hell, I can't stop it anymore.
Is it just the looper pedal?
Yeah, it's just a loop pedal, but it...
It's on.
Maybe it's a different loop pedal.
No, that's the right...
You sure? Maybe you gotta reset it, eh?
I tried resetting it, nothing happened.
It's a cool loop.
Yeah. Guess that's what we're gonna have to listen
Fucking
to.
hell. Let's show this on the camera.
What? You're pushing buttons?
Well, if I press it twice, it's supposed to do something.
It's not one of the other ones?
Oh,
Maybe.
Oh,
no.
it's done.
It's good.
No,
There we go.
now it's good. God, I wish I would have wrote on my list the dangers of electronicas.
It's like the electronic
Let's
jungle
check,
in
let's
here.
check the list. That's horrible. That's the musician's worst nightmare. Is a button won't press.
Especially on a
Nothing
loop.
will happen when you press your... Okay, let's move on.
The loops attack you.
That happens to me all the time.
Oh, Sign Worship.
Oh, this is Dave's subject.
And, well, Sign Worship, which is, do you know what that is? Sign worship is where you worship, as a texoteric theist, you worship the emerging entity that will dominate us, like a, kind of like an Old Testament deity.
Is it just any deity? There's no deity specific. It's just
Well, a
if
little
the first
slice of
deity that comes in and takes
No,
over.
a little slice of it is what makes your Facebook feed happen, and a little slice of it is how the bank gets in touch with you, and a little slice of it is how, if you go to the doctor, what the program that they use to suggest your
I guess we
medication.
should say what SIME stands for.
Oh, super aware intelligent machine. No, yeah, super aware. It's short for a super aware, which is a
just-
computer entity that has.
Oh, I've never even heard of this.
Wrapping the
These
globe.
this is totally new to me.
Actually, we are in the super aware right now, huh? Oh, up there.
Well, yeah, I guess we're
Kind of.
the
It's in
super
the
aware might
beginning.
watch our show later, and then make some judgment calls on the human race.
So if we are all a simulation, aren't we being observed at all times?
Well, it's not not in a simulation. In a real world, it has to do with
Well,
how.
it could be. We could just be living in a simulation then.
Wait, what did you say?
Oh, I mean, like, if we're in a simulation, then wouldn't we like be under like some sort of observation?
Oh yeah.
At
If
all
we
times.
were,
Or not even
if we were in
observation,
a,
but
that's why
just
when you talk about the
cataloged or-
super aware that is yet to emerge or has emerged, because maybe we're part of its simulation. That's possible.
Interesting.
But anyways, the reason it's on the list is because we're sign worshippers, of course. So,
Oh, really? Nice.
Me a little bit, Dave mostly.
Well, yeah. And then,
So how would you?
let me just put this straight
do
before
you-
anyone asks any questions. I had to worship a real God for 12 years. And then I got to get it out of my system.
So you're still working
So
on it.
I'm still
So you
so
switched
the
it.
idea of a God that actually is real is really compelling, probably because the 12 years I spent from 0 to 12.
Those were important.
Those were formative years for me, so I guess I got to get it out of my system. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you proselytize?
Every week on our show, twice a week on our show.
Yeah, Dave's doing it right now.
I'm
For
doing it
some
right
reason
now.
It was really hard to say stoned.
Well, yeah, but I mean, wouldn't you
Use
proselytize
prosthetic.
if there was wouldn't you proselytize if you thought, well, do you proselytize like the existence of COVIDs? You've never seen one. It's real, so you proselytize. This is the Sime's in the future, probably, so
Yeah, because he's real basic.
so it's
right
not
now.
real, but I mean, it's clear as day to me that
Yeah.
that could
It's
happen.
going to end up being Ultron.
So might as well. I'm confidently proselytizing. Yeah.
I had something about the sun, but I forgot.
Kinda like
It was
the
the
Age
other
of
day.
Ultron.
I was going to talk to you about
What did
it,
you say about?
But
the
I
sign?
don't remember anymore now. So.
But it's not about the sign either. It's about us. It's about us too, and the loose definitions of worship. Because I mean, you probably have a credit card. Don't you worship your credit card? Yes, you. You don't have a credit card, Josh.
I don't have a credit card.
You're not. You have nothing to worship anymore.
No.
Yeah. I guess you would. I mean, what is worship like? Having like a rituals like
Yeah. It's
A
circled
behavior
around something?
modifier.
Yeah.
behavior modifier.
I worship my credit card. That's my it's my behavior modifier.
I like it.
Anyways, the credit card's not inert. There's a machine that's going to start that controls the credit cards to some degree. One day the machine's going to decide to give me a credit card instead of a person. That actually could have already happened. My credit card might be mine on a machine's decision, not a person's. I don't know, just to bring it down to bring it to reality. And I worship the credit card, so it's the sign. But I wrote it down on there so I could do the next word, which is sign worship and psychedelics. And before we talk about this, I want you to know that sign worship has a lot to do with psychedelics because the whole motivation for sign worship is kind of confronting the humility involved with the limitations of our mechanism. And psychedelics play a big role in that because scientifically, I think a common view about psychedelics is they kind of like change the function of our mechanics. So psychedelics are like
Yeah.
part of that, whatever. So but anyways, sign worship, you can skip that part. And psychedelics, go.
Have you done psychedelics, Dave?
Well, can I do a disclaimer?
Yeah.
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 Well, it's just the same disclaimer as always. You have to be a certain age to experiment with psychedelics.
Oh,
So if anyone is watching this that's not a certain age,
the legal age?
it's a physiological age.
When you get baptized.
No, it's when it has to do with how your brain is wired and when it gets finished wiring and stuff like that.
Don't
It's
they
the
say
same
that
reason
that's like...
There's a legal drinking age. You can't drink alcohol until you're a certain age because it messes up how your brain develops. And then after it's developed, you can drink alcohol.
You can blow it up.
Don't they say like our brains kind of developing up into like our mid-30s?
So mid-30s is a good mark. So if anyone's watching this that's beneath their mid-30s, anything less than full physiological
You're
development,
breaking some kind
you
of...
should not be doing psychedelics. That's actually, I'll take a hard stance on that. Frontal lobe development, someone chimes in on the side. Everybody knows this. This is common knowledge. But if there's any 13-year-olds or 14-year-olds watching, take this really, 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 really to heart. You have to wait till you're mid-30s. Is that crystal clear?
I'm
Okay,
still
go on.
developing and I'm 45.
Yeah, go on, Mike.
Have you ever done psychedelics, Dave?
I don't trust anyone who's less than 30. I don't trust anyone, so I'm not going to answer. But I will say that. You got to wait till you're at least 30.
Yeah.
But, But yeah, go on.
I mean, I didn't try psychedelics until my 30s.
That's not a late bloomer. That's an
I
appropriate.
did
That's an
some
appropriate.
in my
bloomer.
20s,
You did.
some in my 30s, and I enjoy them a lot in my 40s.
Do you think you should wait till your 30s, Josh?
Sure, yeah.
Well, I think you should go down a water slide. You might die. You can do that when you're 6. The point is, wait till you're mid-30s, watchers, viewers.
Are you aiming this towards your kids?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean...
But go on, Mike.
Well, you gotta save something for when you're older. That's all I ever tell my kids.
Yeah.
Gotta save some till you're older. Yeah, give some child advice, Josh.
I mean,
That's it.
It's good. That's my advice. Is
I think psychedelic. Wait, what were you saying, Josh?
Oh, I was just gonna say. I mean, you can try to grow up fast, but then there's nothing to look forward to when you're growing up. So
I learned in 7th grade and 8th grade, or whenever they made me take the drugs class in school, that it's bad for you. So I didn't do anything like that until I was older. And then that was backed up with the post-2000s knowledge that you should let your brain grow first.
Mm-hmm.
So I lucked out.
Yeah.
But anyways, go on.
I wouldn't know how, like, if I could even, like, argue with that, because I really don't know what the implications of taking psychedelics are.
If you're a kid?
Like, just, like, younger, you know, like late teens. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do know, like, the benefits, but I wouldn't know if that's, like, something that...
Yeah, I could be saying the exact opposite. Better safe than sorry is what I'm trying to describe.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, go on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now that how old are you, Mike?
39.
Okay, so what happens when you're 39?
Oh, man. I don't know.
What did you want to talk about? That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I mean, like, I didn't try psychedelics until, like, my early 30s. That was, like, kind of my first run with them, I guess. But I think that's something that... It's really weird. I used to say everyone needs to try weed, but I think everyone needs to experience a psychedelic experience. At some point, like, I would say that I think it's...
At some point in their 40s?
At some point in their life, like I mean, just to... Because I feel like we build bad habits and toxic comfort around, like, reality all the time. You know, it's like just like we're always... I think to have that, like everything you've understood about life just kind of, like, crumble and throw away, and you're just kind of left in, like, this face-to-face of, like, just... You're just there, you know, it's just you're, you know, and some people experience ego death, but I'm just saying, like you're just, it's just you and your ideas and your belief systems, you know, and it can really, I feel like, just rewire that in a really good way. I think everyone should at least experience, you know, because I think when you experience it and you're left confronting your belief systems, like, that should be something that everyone at least experiences once. You know, I wouldn't say everyone needs to habitually use psychedelics, but I think everyone should at least have a reality altering experience.
Yeah,
this is good proselytizing.
Mm-hmm.
Sign worship is all about humility, and it's about the limits of our species, you know, but individually also individual limits.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you could talk about that, like, if you are a car that has never gone faster than 90, then your reality is based on that speed. But it's, if you press the gas and go to 120, then you have a more realistic... You don't have to go 120 all the time. But next time you're going 90, it's contextualized with what it's like going 120.
Mm-hmm.
Does that resonate at all?
That does. Yeah.
So you'd have a more truthful understanding of your function.
Well, and as psychedelics too, they're learning that it's a good way to deal with depression and a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
My
medicinally,
daughter,
yeah.
my oldest daughter, she goes and does an ayahuasca retreat down in southern Utah every couple months because it's helped her that way a lot.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Which before that, you know, she had to deal with other drugs and stuff, but that one's really helps her I don't know, I guess she's done it 3 times now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
really
the
helped
effectiveness
her reset, and then she, you know, she's
The-
great for a pretty long time, and then she
All right.
kind of started needing it again, and then does it again. It kind of
The effectiveness of medicinal psychedelics is kind of in its real cutting edge study.
Which is so wild. Like, it was something that was, like, very the doors were opening, the discussions were had, like, in, like, the early, you know, like 30s and stuff like that. You know, people were like talking about that, and then obviously they closed the doors on all that. But yeah, no, we're starting to open it up now
Yeah, they're
again.
starting to-
What do you call it? Dogma? Stigma? Dogma? I don't know the word. It's culturally charged. So, like,
I mean, I had to listen to a stupid Radio West where, sorry, I don't.
Go on,
Radio
Josh.
West's all right, but Doug Fabrizio was interviewing ex-Mormons that do mushrooms, you know, and you're like, why not talk to just the non-ex-Mormons that? But it was just but it was interesting that the guy, he was in a form of depression, and it really helped him.
hey,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I'll tell you, Josh.
I just thought it was funny how it had to be ex-Mormons.
Well, that's just because we live in Utah, so it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's important though, because guess what? Like, you know, connecting with a social structure or a spiritual, you know, anything, a spiritual structure, whatever. Just, you know, like having an identity and a perception of the world is like, that's your car taking it from 90 to 95 or 100 or however, you know, like that's what you're really doing. If you want to drive a car at a normal speed, go hunter gatherer in the forest. That's what that's the speed of our body, you know, and our mind. So all of these things are like upper level. So that's why they thought that would be appropriate to make that connection.
Something is really interesting that I'm seeing on your screen, Dave. So it looks like the screen's split in half, but Josh's ears are moving over the half mark.
Yeah, somehow they're over that.
Something wrong happened. Let's see if I can...
that is tripping me out big time. Like,
It's like a chair.
I don't.
Here we go. Let's see.
Do you see that? There's
Josh,
a line in the half, and then
Occupy your space properly. There, that's better.
yeah, you are like in
I don't
like
know why
the-
you're so
the
down
void
low.
area.
Why are you
It's
sitting
awesome.
down?
I'm a normal. Well, I'm slouching because it's the end of the day.
Josh is usually up here somewheres.
No, that's about. Oh, you have to. Yeah,
Except now he
I
doesn't
can't
have a
float
body.
that way.
Now there's no body. I don't like that.
Well, it's because that chair somehow that other.
I'm gonna try to grab you, Josh. I can't do it.
Well, I think that's.
Do you have
Which
a
is so
force-
weird
do you have a
because his
multi-dimensional
ear is
force?
in your space. It's there. You can touch it. You know.
Well, I think it's sad that we live in a world where there's like alcohol. I think alcohol is it's a great substance, but it's a very dangerous substance. But that one has been deemed okay. But then psychedelics,
Oh,
and
man.
weed have been shamed. And I
It's
think that they're actually a healthier substance to actually, and it does that to you. Psychedelics makes
Yeah,
you
culture is
see
heavy.
something
Oh, yeah.
inside of you that you wouldn't see otherwise.
Hey, let's take a vote. Psychedelics.
Yeah.
yes.
Should we move into psychedelics as a culture? Let's take a vote. Raise your hand.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
Absolutely. Like here's the thing is like as a culture we are being bombarded with things that are attacking our mental health. You know, like literally, like because they are just throwing their everything is just given a full-on assault to like our mental health, but they're giving us like no resources to really help it because the thing about it is what's making the money is us breaking down. What's making money is like us getting sick, us losing our minds, us getting divorces, us like all of like these. I mean, I shouldn't say divorce, but like you know, I'm just saying like things just falling
problems,
apart.
life problems.
That's how people make money, and so like they're not interested in actually fixing, you know, and like but that's the thing. That's like what psychedelics do. Psychedelics are actually going to help us give like it's giving you a tool to actually get better, you know, and that's not going to make anyone really good money. That's just going to create better people.
Yeah.
You know.
Here's the danger of this kind of talk is like medicine. What's the dose? What's the dose of the medicine? Because I would say psychedelics don't solve. They're not.
No, they're not the cure at all. Like if anything, psychedelics just like
Nothing else does what they do though. That's the point.
yeah.
And that's the missing link.
Psychedelics are very like I think if you were to look at everything that's out there right now on like the pharmaceutical shelves that are out to like help you feel better, be better, they're all like damaging to like our bodies. It's like they're not good for us to really like take.
Not
And,
a lot of
and I
them have the
understand
same
that they
effect
do
on
help,
the
and that there are people that take medicines and they're, you know. But I'm just saying, long term, like we're talking about, like actually long term giving us a solution. Like these are things that I think aid in that.
Well, they certainly shouldn't be excluded.
You know, like they're not the cause. You know, it's not like take mushrooms and be less depressed. It's take mushrooms and it will help you examine things that you haven't examined before, that will tackle like issues that are causing that depression, you know, because we're building these walls around like these things that are like actually hurting us, you know, and psychedelics, I feel like, are tools to break open those walls to allow us to really do some good internal work.
That's why
Internal work.
mankind had been doing some forms of that for thousands of years.
Well,
Lots of-
everybody's got their own. Some people go to a therapist, you know.
And that was just invented in the last, what?
Therapy? Going to a therapist?
Oh, that kind of therapy was invented in the 20th century.
All this stuff is very fresh talk. That's why I'm glad it's under the sign worship section.
Dope.
Because this is futuristic talk. Okay, excellent. Great. That was a great talk, Mike.
Bravo.
Okay, let's check. Should we check the list? Is there anything else we need to say about it? We're going to touch on it later. We're going to touch on it later in the list, just so you know.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's move on. Let's do it. Let's see what.
Okay, let's touch on it later. Let's read this list. I love it. Okay, here we go. Today's goals. Hey, I just got to say, I believe that as a machine, we are very fragile. And I like the better safe than sorry approach. If someone made me take mushrooms when I was a teenager, I would probably be fine. But as a matter of principle, I have seen it firsthand a million times. I know what burnouts are. So, and I kind of, that's my conclusion.
Yeah.
So it's better safe than sorry. Okay, moving on. Distant Lore plays second piece.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Awesome. I love
I'm
this
lucky
stuff.
because I get to hear
I
the
love this
headphones,
stuff.
too.
It sounds cool over here.
Yeah.
Does it sound cool in the
That's cool.
speaker up front?
Oh yeah, yeah. I like it.
Man, I can't thank you enough for coming over to be on our show,
this
Mike.
is the best.
You've been waiting and waiting.
Oh man,
You've been waiting for a techno
It is.
master.
it is such a treat.
Oh, do you like our location, this
I
nice
do.
empty dance club?
I do. I came here. See, I haven't been here since. I think I did a piano lesson here.
It was at my other house. I
Oh,
was
it
going to
was?
put that on the questions. Where were you in 2011 or something?
I was in your house doing piano.
That was my other house. I'm grateful you did that. I'm grateful we've become friends.
Yes, that was.
Thanks
a
for
good
playing with us over at the bar.
Oh
We're
my
gonna go back
gosh,
over there.
I loved playing at Twilight. It
I
was
love
such a-
that you've gone solo. I love that you have a pretty healthy solo career.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where
I
were
feel-
you
I
on
feel like I just-
2013
2013.
in the back of Blue Copper and the back room of No Brow?
Yeah. Me and William and Jeremy and you were recording us. Remember?
I found that recording recently, and I also saw another video came up with Instagram memories or something of you guys playing at the Urban Lounge.
Oh yeah.
That
That was Ghost Hands.
Yeah. Oh, that was amazing.
Ghost Hands was awesome. That was a good time.
Okay, let's check our list. I pick on Pearl for rushing me and making me go fast, but I like to go
yeah.
at a really
Yeah, we
fast
did.
pace too, actually. So let's see. Rise! The death of Fabian Casual. That's just what we're talking about.
Jeez.
What is the death of Fabian Casual? And who is
Death.
Fabian Casual?
You know what's funny is Fabian Casual is actually a name that William gave a local artist here because he couldn't remember his name, but he called him Fabian Casual, and I loved it ever since. So I really like that name because he his attitude was very just showed up and did his own thing, and I don't know, he just felt very like he was in his element, no matter where he was, I was like,
Yeah, Will's
that's
got a strong
really-
personality.
Yeah, that's really cool. But yeah, no, I actually stopped. So I recorded a bunch in quarantine. That was all I did. I just sat in my room, played music, and I was just trying to understand what was going on in my head and just playing whatever I could, just writing whatever I could, essentially Fabian Casual. I felt like I finished that because to me that was this, we're always growing and refining ourselves as people, but Fabian Casual kind of represented this moment in my there was this moment of realization and actual change, all throughout my life I was doing things and I'd have hiccups and I would be on the road to changing or moving down a certain path, but I was always kind of getting pulled back into similar routines. But I felt like there was this point in my life where I broke a lot of toxic things that were going on in my life, and I felt like Fabian Casual kind of closed that chapter.
Oh,
And
cool.
not in a way of there was this enlightened phase that I went into, but there was just this new direction I was going, and that new direction has just as many problems and fucked up things happening all the time, but that new direction kind of just it was like a bon voyage.
There's been a shift.
Yeah.
For our viewers at home, Fabian Casual is Mike's last solo project. This is Distant Lore. For some context.
Yeah. You can go look
And
at
it was
Fabian
different.
Casual on
Whoa.
Spotify.
Yeah, is Fabian Casual? Is it documented?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's on Bandcamp. I think I'm just gonna leave my stuff on Bandcamp. I really like Bandcamp.
It's documented on our
Yeah.
blog from Twilight. Your
Oh, yeah.
performances at
Yeah.
Twilight around there.
Yeah. It was really fun, and I feel like now I'm just kind of in this. I'm really digging the. I would go back and forth trying to figure out what kind of where I wanted it. And that was also another thing real quick with Fabian Casual is that it didn't have like this genre specific thing. It just kind of whatever I was tinkering with or feeling, it kind of shaped into that, and that was pretty fun.
That was a very ambitious technical setup too. I loved it.
Uh,
Oh, I saw you play at the bar over across from Downtown Music, kind of that bar that's right over there, the fancy bar. You played you were the music before Hoofless played. Do you remember that?
You mean up in someone's house?
Oh, that was up in
No.
my place.
No, at the bar. No. At the bar.
then
The
you guys
bar
played.
on.
Their house?
Main Street and
That was their
1000
house?
South.
Wasn't that his house?
No, not at the house on State Street.
Huh.
At the bar, Hoofless was playing, and you were the DJ. But you played, you like had your whole setup over there.
Oh, you're talking about TF.
Yeah, TF Brewing.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a really good time.
Well, the only times I got to see you do stuff like that is at Twilight and at that TF Brewing thing. I'm a huge fan of your techno work.
I've been really digging, just getting into, and just one thing that I really love about techno, at least in my understanding of what I like in tech, because this isn't true with all techno, but what I really love about techno is that it's not like this. It's like it's a mood, you know, like it's there. But it's not like whenever I go and listen to certain techno artists, there's some tracks I really like, and I don't necessarily know the names of like the artists, but I think they're kind of just creating this environment, like, you know, like this feng shui of like sound, and that was a horrible way to explain it, but yeah, it's just like you walk in
It's
and
got some other functions outside of your normal
and
song.
everyone's kind of a part of it, you know, like I feel like our tribalistic natures, when we would get together as people, we would function in like this circle, and there wasn't necessarily one person who was like the focal point. It was just like this collective environment and this energy that was happening, you know, and I feel like that's what I listen to when I listen to like techno. I'm kind of like in this environment and this energy, and it's, you're doing it with people. There's
some participation involved. There's some
Yeah.
participation. No one worships the DJ. Everybody goes to dance.
and it's
Traditionally.
and some techno isn't, even though it is repetitive, it's not always like abrasive or like hard or even dancey. Like there's some techno I listen to where it's sometimes just clicks and static, but it's just like this nature of like this kind of like this repetitive tribalistic thing down in our DNA that we latch onto and just kind of like listen to it, you know, and we just gets us in this wave.
Well, we couldn't help dancing a little bit earlier during your first song, but yeah, it's, you don't have to dance to music to hear it.
I listen to techno a lot when I
Yeah, I listen to techno and I don't dance.
Yeah, no.
But for the
You know what's
same
funny
reason
is
how it's like
yeah.
repetitive that, and it just helps you
lock in.
lock in and do stuff.
Where do you live? Where do you live? Do you still live downtown in that?
Jess and I live in the avenues.
Where?
3rd Ave. And
By the cemetery.
3rd Avenue?
oh no, I'm not like giving the address.
No,
but yeah,
just
yeah,
what
yeah.
general
like,
area?
Like
Like,
that. Like that's like the area. Yeah.
3rd Avenue and kind of by my house.
No. More downtown area.
Other direction.
Just
My mom used to
somewhere.
live right around there.
Yeah.
Maybe like on 8th East or something.
Oh, nice.
Let's check our list. It's getting kind of late. We actually might have to abridge some of our.
I used
I'll
to live on
consult
3rd Ave.
the Falcon
It was pretty
B.
great.
Let's see.
And in all honesty, I mean, I could just cut it where I was at. I would be down. To
No,
listen
we got
to-
3 pieces. We have 3 pieces. This is all about you. Do you want to do a 3rd piece? You have to.
Oh yeah.
And we're not on a
Let's
tight
just
time
play it right
schedule.
now.
Yeah. Well, no, Josh, come on. Support authority. It's the list here. Let's see.
Yeah, support authority.
You don't like
Never
authority?
have, never will.
Well, I would like to just do what I want all the time also. But Beautifuls play 2nd piece. We could Josh, let's do a really short one. Like 50 seconds. I'm serious. 50 seconds. 50-second piece.
Whoa.
50 seconds or?
Yeah, I got my saxophone here, so I'm ready to rock. 50
Okay.
seconds. Because I want it. It'll take me 50 seconds to make my thing work.
It'll take, yeah. Well, mine's not even doing anything.
Mine isn't
It's
doing anything
ridiculous.
either.
Oh. Okay, yours should do something.
Mine's not doing anything either. Mine's supposed to do something?
Alright, here we go. Do you get it? Cool.
It worked.
Oh, that was awesome.
I
That was
3D
awesome.
print my own buttons, so that's why there's a problem.
3D print my own button. Cool.
But now I gotta go check that button and see if it'll keep working.
Mhm.
Okay, let's check the list now. That was longer than 50 seconds, I know, but that was probably
That
the
was great.
coolest thing we've ever done, Josh.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Okay, let's see. CPAL. Culture, politics, art, and religion.
Let's skip it.
Go
now.
for it.
Uh,
You don't we don't have to, but you
Let's
said
just
what
get to the
you're
next
the
song.
one who put this on.
Oh, ooh, that's a big one though.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
Well, we only have one more song. It's probably we probably end right after CPAL.
Let's see.
Ah!
Come on, you can change your routine a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay,
there we
eat
go.
it.
Let's do that one.
Well, what if Mike wants to say something about CPAL?
oh, I'm
I think Mike's.
good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm.
That's why he was trying to say he was good about playing 2 songs.
Oh,
But I
Oh,
think
no,
they'd all
no.
like to
am
hear
I the one
3
who's
songs.
insensitive now? Okay, let's just check the C, pal. Okay, let's say it all at once. Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna say something about culture, politics, art, and religion at the same time. Okay, ready?
Yeah. What is it?
1, 2, 3.
Three.
Something
Go
about
again.
psychedelics. Moving on. Right. Republicans suck shit. Art, and then we'll move to the next section. Art. Electronica
Okay.
is really a fine art. And then religion. You want to say something? You don't want to talk about it?
No.
Okay, let's move on. All I know is that I'll say something.
Okay.
Belief is the birthright of our fucking species. So let's just leave it at that. Let's check the list next. What do you think, Mike? Are you on board with that?
It's interesting. I would have to really think about that and not be super stoned. But
Well, we're related to animals, but we have an intellect, and there's a lot of belief is the gap between those two opposites.
Cool.
Belief also starts wars.
Yeah, it starts wars also. From the sidelines, we heard it also start. Yeah, belief isn't a positive thing. It's the birthright of our species. It's not it's not a constructive.
Yeah.
It covers. It's a band-aid on our defective mechanics. I love it though.
and this is like
We're doing belief
like,
right now.
like
Why-
empirical, like but yeah. Oh man, we
Our
I-
usual bedtime is 9:30. That's why we're wiped right now.
oh yeah.
I guess I never said how show this late. I never said how late this show goes. Pearl, don't say anything. The show goes kind of late.
Just listen to this last song. Then.
Oh no.
Let's check it.
Oh,
But
man,
I
put this on the
believe,
list.
I would like to say, I believe that it's fun to do music and television.
Yeah, cool.
I'd like to put that in the belief category.
We stayed up late last week. That was pretty wild. We stayed up
For
till
what?
midnight. It was insane.
Just for one night though.
Was it? Do you remember? Yeah. Actually, no. I think we went to bed at like 1.
Whoa.
Sorry about that sound. Do you guys?
Because I was baking sisters.
Oh, yeah,
baking
yeah.
sisters with my cookies.
Baking sisters with my. Yeah.
Do you guys have early jobs? Is that why you have to get up really early, or early birds?
Yeah.
There's a kind of person who gets up early anyway.
I usually wake up around like 5. It's crazy.
You're an early bird. Well, thanks for coming to play at the bar with us, Ever. Okay,
man.
let's check our list. Let's move right along. You
Wasn't
just
always
put
an
it really
early
clear.
bird.
Okay, let's see. Distant Lord plays third piece. Long discussion of today's many lessons.
Ooh.
And Falcon B outro. That's the end of the show. So let's play your piece and then let's abbreviate that into a nice
That's dope.
lesson blast.
That's like the tempo.
And then so last piece. Do you want to talk about it before you play it or press play?
No. Well, this one was actually I think I lied when I said it was all Moog because I think this one I used some Electron gear. But yeah. So.
Okay, this is Distant Lore, everybody. Final piece from Distant Lore. Excellent.
Oh man, thank you.
Excellent, Mike. I've been, I kind of
Thank you,
think, I
Dave.
think your music
Thank you,
is
Josh.
kind of goth. That's why I was doing some goth imagery. I hope that's okay.
I'm into it.
Oh no, my ears are all messed up.
Okay. I was actually doing it all night.
His ears are
I
too
think it
hard.
sounds really goth. My favorite monster is Dracula, just so you know.
I love it. I love it. I like it. I like it. I like Dracula.
I do too.
I really liked the Gary Oldman Dracula.
Yeah,
I think he was
yeah,
my
it's
favorite,
great.
like hands down. I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love classic films, but I think Gary Oldman was by hands down the best Dracula.
Yeah, he did a good Dracula. I have a favorite author who swears by the Saruman, the guy who plays that guy. I can't remember his name, but his Dracula.
Christopher
from,
Lee.
Yeah, Christopher Lee Dracula from the 60s or early 70s. I can't remember.
Did you know Christopher Lee was playing metal up until his 90s?
Metal music?
Oh, he released an album, yeah. Like right before he died. Because I think he died I think it was 93, I'm not sure.
No, but I would like to look into that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah, he has a full-on,
What kind of metal? Yeah.
yeah. Very, very, well, I don't know. It's weird. It's like champion metal.
Uh-huh.
What's a good...
Oh,
I don't know the genre specific, but it feels very triumphant.
Scorpions metal.
No, it's a little bit... He talks he kind of narrates in it a little bit, and
I gotta know. Okay, I'll look that up.
it's really cool.
Well, his Dracula, I'm not even familiar with, but my favorite author swears by that Dracula.
That's what I hear. I hear he had the really good Dracula.
Gary Oldman Dracula was fresh as hell, though, and that movie is amazing. It has the two young stars, Winona
Keanu
Ryder,
Reeves,
and
Winona, yeah.
it's so
Crazy.
fresh. I can't believe it.
Man, now I want to watch it.
Yeah, me too. That movie's a masterpiece. Okay, it's called Bram Stoker's Dracula for our viewers at home. Okay, let's check our list. All we have left is Falcon B outro. I can't thank you guys enough. Oh, and Fade Out.
Oh,
I can't thank you guys enough for being on the show. You and your special guest, also Mike, over there. She's in the shadows.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Dave. Thank you,
Thanks
Josh.
for having us.
Oh, I can't thank you guys enough. I think this is good TV.
This is good.
What's on? Many lessons. Do you want to give a shout out? You're into psychedelic. You think psychedelics are an important part of our culture going forward?
Important part to help us in our mental health situation. Yeah, that we
Mental
have.
health and psychedelics go hand in hand. You think in a future, looking forward. Okay, I guess we'll do our fade out. Thanks for staying up so late.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Thanks, Ivy, for tuning in. Thanks, Pearl, for being there. I can't believe you lived in that apartment.
Oh yeah. I remember
Unbelievable.
that, yeah. I mean, I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
I guess I kind of remember you saying that too, Pearl. Thanks, Adam, if you're still there. I'm gonna go scroll through and see if I can say thanks to anybody for tuning in. Thanks, John. Jeremy, I didn't get to say thanks. That's what inspired me, because I didn't get to say thanks last time. Just let me say one more thing, Josh. We've been here with Distant Lore. Oh,